Hi everyone, my name is Mike Erickson and I'm one of the advisors at Connect Wealth. And today we're going to talk about our relationship with finance as it relates to our spouse or partner. First, it's important that you guys have open communication with your partner when it comes to the day-to-day finances. Whether that's your spending habits, your day-to-day costs, or your long-term savings, it's very important that both you and your partner have a clear idea of what that looks like. Next, you're going to want to set goals as it relates to what's important to you, whether they're short-term goals like getting into a new vehicle or a house, or longer-term goals like retirement. It's important that you communicate these two so that you and your spouse can be on the same page and working toward those same goals. Budgeting, everyone's nemesis, but what a great tool it is. Every year you should look at your budget and just review what your fixed costs are versus your variable costs, fixed versus fluid. It's important to know what your budget is so that way you can see where you're planning on spending, being prepared for surprises as life happens, and just being on the same page with where the money is going. It's easier than ever to spend money, so having a budget creates a built-in accountability and allows you and your partner to spend at a similar rate. It's also important to share the financial responsibilities that come with saving or spending. Some people are gifted with looking after the bills, others are gifted at saving for long term. Find out what works for both of you and then give each other responsibilities so that way you're both invested together. Next, it's important that you address debt with your spouse. It's uncomfortable, no one likes to talk about it, but if you guys can work through a plan together to help you get to the other side of that debt, it's going to make a big difference in what your financial planning journey looks like. Next, I'd encourage you to start saving for an emergency fund. And this could be 3 to 6 months of what your income is, just in the event something happened, whether it was a health scare, a job loss, a house repair. It's important that you have an emergency fund for the short term. If you're not good at saving money and you have that money working for you, use something like a line of credit at a low interest rate as your emergency fund. That's another way to access capital at a moment's notice if you need to. And lastly, it's important to review annually your finances with your spouse. Life happens, it can get very expensive, so it's important that this is an activity that you do every year. It's an annual review, kind of like a health checkup, to make sure that you're on your same page. So if you haven't talked about your finances with your spouse, I'd encourage you to start, and that way you're on the same page for your short and long-term goals. You can find us at www.connectwealth.com. I'm Mike Erickson. Thanks for hanging out.